I thought that it was going to be the colourful houses of Newholm that were going to be my inspiration for my Copenhagen souvenir. Hi everyone, we are going to Copenhagen, so I thought that I would bring you with me and you could help me pick out my souvenir yarn. I thought that it was going to be the colourful houses of Newholm that were going to be my inspiration for my Copenhagen souvenir, and actually I was surprised to find that I was more drawn to Tivoli Gardens. So we now need to go and find colours somewhat similar to this in the yarn shop so that we can make our souvenir when we get back to the UK. I suppose you're wondering what it is that I have bought on my travels here to Copenhagen. So before we leave, I'm sat in a park here and I thought I would show you what it is that I got. So to start off with, just something simple. We actually went to a little like trinket store and I found some wooden circular needles with plastic cable, which I will be able to use on the plane. So I got these in 3 sizes, and I also found some beads, to really nice like stone, like little gemstone-y glass beads to make some stitch markers with. So I picked up several colours of those, but you're here for the yarn, so let me show you what I've picked up. So this was in the last shop I went to. This was Bruun Strik, and in Bruun Strik I just picked up some filcolana. So I like my burgundies, you know me, so I picked up this alpaca. I think this is 100% alpaca, yeah, 100% alpaca in burgundy, which is quite soft, but it goes really well with the superwash merino. So it's actually an 80/20 superwash merino nylon filcolana in burgundy. And then I just had to come away with this as well, because I do like a zebra yarn, but the ones that are really brightly coloured with a black zebra stripe I'm just not going to use, whereas something which is a bit more subtle, this like whitey grey with a darker grey, I think that's a lot nicer. And there's 50 grams here, so it will make a small project like a headband or something as well. So I picked up these. And then my biggest purchase was my Knitting for Olive. So we have got here the Knitting for Olive merino, which is the fingering weight yarn, and this one is in the deep petrol blue. I was really trying to decide which one to go with. So they have like swatches out on the sides, and I really liked the swatches that had the soft silk mohair in petroleum green, which is this colour here. And I originally had picked up a bottle green merino for it to go with, and then I found this combination in another swatch and did think, oh, what if I actually switch it up and went a little bit bluer, because it's I think they were both nice, but we'll go with this. Now the plan is actually to make a Salty Days sweater with these, and the Salty Days sweater does actually call for the heavy merino. If you went for Knitting for Olive, it would be the heavy merino because it calls for a DK weight. However, when I held the mohair up to the DK weight, I just felt like it was too chunky, and the DK yarn was going to make the mohair really obvious. I found a couple of samples using the heavy merino and mohair in the store, and yeah, like you could really, like if you had a different colour to the base colour, which is the case here because I've got petrol green and petrol blue, then you could see the mohair, and I didn't really want to see the mohair. I wanted it to be subtle, and I wanted to do that like really nice fading that the Knitting for Olive yarn does. So in the end I picked up merino, and I'm just going to have to do a swatch and work out how I can translate the sizing to work with fingering weight yarn instead of DK weight yarn, because I also like holding this double would defeat the point as well, because it would be exactly the same problem where it's too thick for the mohair. So yeah, that's what I'm going to try. Might be a little while yet because I've still got my other cardigan to finish, but I really wanted to pick up Knitting for Olive because they use cruelty-free silk, which means that the moth cocoons, they wait for the moths to hatch before they harvest the silk, which I prefer. So that's what I got, and I got 7 of each of these, so that would be enough to make the biggest Knitting for the biggest Salty Day sweater. So if I had to go all the way up to the biggest size, then I should have enough yarn. So that's those purchases. I'm going to actually put these back before I show you the next bit. Hang on. So actually it was a really good job that I stopped recording when I did in order to change out my yarn, because at that point an ambulance or a police car or something went shooting past and the siren was really loud. And as I discovered when I was trying to set this video up, my microphone is not working with either of my camera applications at the moment on my phone. So this is completely freestyle, you can hear everything. I've tried to find a really quiet corner in the park, but yes, anyway, back to the yarn. So the other yarn that I got was from Uldstedet. I apologise, I've probably not pronounced the names of any of these yarn shops correctly, but yes, I picked up some Japard yarn, picked up 6 colours, and let me explain the logic with this one. So this is inspired by Tivoli Gardens, and we went in the evening when it was getting dark because of the illuminations that they have there. So I have got these two moody greens and blues. They just have numbers for names, but yeah, really dark blue, really dark green, because as I guess you can kind of see, like, they're kind of lakey coloured, and the sort of colour that the sky and the trees and water goes when it gets dark and kind of moody. So these are the base tones, and then out of that will pop this bright amber light of the illuminations. So a lot of the illuminations were different sizes of warm lighting, so that's why I think it's amber. And then around the lake there were these trio of colours in lights, this nice soft blue, teal green, red. Now the lights themselves, like the glass, was darker in the daytime, but then in the evening when you're looking at it through this perspective of like the darker tones and the light inside them is quite bright, then you really see these brighter, lighter shades. So again, these would pop against this moody colour here. So I'm nearly dropping them. So yeah, so that's the idea. And then also what kind of struck me was kind of, obviously the lake itself wasn't really like super circular, but the lighting features in a lot of places were circular, or they would spiral in a circular fashion. So I just kind of thought, okay, well, let's really lean into that circularness and produce something probably in crochet, with, you know, lots of the dark colour, because we want it to really showcase that sort of evening moody tones, and then some sort of like popcorn stitch or something to have these popping out of that. So yeah, I have a plan in mind. Obviously I am massively behind on my souvenir makes because I still haven't made up my Norway banner for the wall, and I haven't made up my Rome banner for the wall, and I have said in previous video that even though I have technically made my Barcelona one, I do want to reconsider and remake it. So I've got a lot to do. We've also been to the Lake District since then, so I guess I've kind of got yarn for a souvenir for there as well. So yes, it's getting to be a lot, and I do think that I'm going to have a few weeks when we get back from Copenhagen where I just try and make a different banner each week, if I can make them in a week. If I can't make them in a week, then probably it's going to take a while, but I can try. I can see how many I can get through in one go. So sadly it is time to leave Copenhagen. It has been great. I will be coming back. There are extra things on my list that I would want to do, like boating on the harbour, and also taking the train over to Sweden and having a day over there, going back to Tivoli Gardens, and yeah, there's just so many like churches and things that we also kind of saw from the round tower, but we didn't go as far to. We didn't go across onto like any of the other regions of town, on the other islands. So there's so much more that we could do on a return trip. So yeah, I've just loved it here. It's really airy and clean everywhere, and it's just really calm and relaxed. And we've had really incredible weather, maybe a little bit too incredible. I have caught the sun, a little bit sunburnt, but yeah, I can't wait to come back and enjoy more of Copenhagen. It's been great. Yeah, I think every time I come back to Copenhagen I will have to get a sweater's quantity of yarn, and I'll have to like restrict myself to be like, no, you can't come back and get a sweater's quantity of yarn until you've knit the sweater from this trip. So I think that's the plan. But yeah, I've loved it. Let me know in the comments if you are a fan of Copenhagen, or if you want to go. I fully recommend it. It's incredible. But that is all for this video. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.